Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades. Oh, shoot, my mic went off. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, I hope you're doing well. My mic, sorry guys, my mic keep going on and off. Sorry. Technical difficulties. It keeps on going in and out. So, poledi sana, but I hope you can hear me. Am I audible? Yeah. 1 2 check 1 2. Anyway, whichever way, as long as you guys can hear. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? It's okay. All right. Thank you. Let me just give you a second. Let me just give it a test. My mic is off and on. All right. I just turned it off all the way up and it's still going off again. It's time to get a new microphone. Anyway, Mada Leo, Raila is mad about something or someone. Let's find out who. My voice is there. Give me a second. I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes just to whoever is coming in the first order of business, like the video. That's the first order of business, is like the video. And if you haven't subscribe. I'm going to take 2 minutes just to straighten things up. Then we shall get started, okay? 2 minutes. And if you're going to watch this on repeat, please bear with me. But go ahead and like the video. Just give me 2 minutes so I can fix this stuff. Then I'll be right back. Like the video as I go on. And I am back. I see Mosquito Bite is up there. How are you doing, Mosquito Bite? I like the name. Mary Wilborn is in here. Hey, what Bengia? Mosquito Bite is telling me that Raila is mad at Uhuru Kenyatta. Sorry, guys. My speaker is acting up, but I hope you can hear me. Can somebody tell me if they can hear me? Somebody. Mosquito Bite, can you tell me if you can hear me, or Mary Wilborn? Because I'm like, yeah, I'm trying there. My mic is on and off. Okay, anyway. So today, Raila seems to be, he has flipped the script. If you can hear me, I'll just go as long as people can hear me. I'm okay with that. And yeah, I can hear myself. Okay, loud and clear. Thank you very much. Okay, my mic is kind of... But anyway, let's get to the matter. I'll be here for approximately an hour or less, but let's get to it. Let's address the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room today is Raila Odinga. Sorry, let me just... Hey, unajua hapa nimeingia na haraka so because I won't be here for long, I have to go somewhere. But anyway, so Raila went to Dubai, okay, and we saw the pictures. He was with Hassan Joho, his most trusted lieutenant, Hassan Joho, and what's his name? That's the guy from Suna. Junet Muhammad. Thank you very much, Junet Muhammad. Tafadhali, I can put the link. If you guys want to get in, let me know. I'll put the link. You can jump in, hop into the live, and you can join the discussion. Unitole maoni yako. Raila has been quiet. We always know historically after a handshake, Raila never speaks anything against the government that he shakes hands with, okay? But today, Raila said, you script me naitoa. I have to say something. And he was really animated in his speech, calling people takataka or whatever the case is, which actually made some of the UDA members mad. The Chungwas and the Cheruyot, Aaron Cheruyot, they reacted to this. But people are asking, why is it that Raila is speaking against the government? The same government that is trying to help him to get the AUC spokesperson position, whatever the case is. Is it a matter of Raila realizing that maybe this whole AUCT is a sham? He's not going to get it? Ama, is it just trying to fool people because he has learned, once he shook hands with Uhuru Kenyatta, he was being criticized that Raila never mentioned anything about anything that was going on. So he was like, you know what? This time I'll keep on criticizing the government so people don't think that I've been bought, so I cannot speak up. So maybe that's his strategy, but we want to see. Now, Mary anatuambia, wow, that was Raila and uppercut from nowhere. They say never turn away from your boxing opponent until the bell rings. Let me put the link for those of you who might want to get into the chat, live chat. Ama namna gani? Are there some people who want to join me in the studio? The rules are very simple. Open your camera and open your audio. Turn on the audio. Chapa yo nini ya stream ya alafu ingie. So unajua, it's easy Sunday morning. I'm not going to be here for long, like I said. There's the link if you feel like you want to come in. Hey, if you just want to listen to me rumble and mumble, hapo pia sawa. Anyway, so that's what it is. Do your link. Let's get to it. I'm about to play that particular speech by Raila Odinga. This mic nakwambia leo, but we shall fix it anyway. Don't worry about it. So I want to play you just a snippet of what was going on, what Raila said, and also reaction from people who are pro-Raila, who are against him, the government, and all that good stuff. Then I will tell you what I think. And if you have anything that you want to say about the whole thing, unaweza kudandia hapa ndio hiyo ninio. Link ndio hiyo hapo. Do not shy away from the link. It's right there. I will, I just posted it up. Unaweza kuingia na uniambie, maoni yangu ni hivi na vile. Ama namna gani? 476-202. 476-202. All right. Sawa basi. Let me show you the whole thing. I think, let me just go to Gabriel Oguda. Gabriel Oguda's page was actually interesting. It breaks it down in short form, kind of, because it's a long speech. It was like a 14-minute speech. I'm not going to play 14 minutes. I know that will drive everyone to sleep. So let me just quickly play the snippets, kind of. Oguda. Is it Gabriel Oguda? What's his name? Yeah, Gabriel Oguda. He has that in his profile, on his in your profile. Okay, guys, are you ready? Here is the speech so you can kind of get the context of what I'm talking about. Then we shall delve into reasons why Raila Odinga is snapping on the president and his administration. That was quite unprecedented, knowing Raila Odinga. Once he usually gets his handshake and he'll pay yake allegedly, he never said nothing. But this time he came out after consulting with Junet Mohammed and Hassan Joho in Dubai. He came back and he was talking that talk. So let's get to that. Let me play you that video. So Dandia, there's the link if anyone wants to have some view about this whole issue. Unaweza kuingia hapo na kuja unieleze. By the way, the first order of business, tafadhali, if you're watching this, if you're watching X, like the video, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Kenya Revolutionary. You can subscribe real quick. Twende tukiendanga. Aya. So let me play the video. Guys. Are you ready? I hope everyone is doing well in this Saturday afternoon or evening or night, whatever, depending on where you are. Here is the video that's of Raila Odinga.
Tukasema basi wakati hiyo walikuwa wanafanya proporojo kila mahali ati Azimio inataka kuharibu uchumi wetu. Azimio ndio imekalia sisi, hatuwezi kuendelesha mambo. Tukasema basi tusimame, tukae kando. Sasa ni mwaka mmoja tangu wakati ile, hali imekuwa mzuri, hali imebadilika. Sameshindwa. Walishindwa na hata wakikaa miaka 10 hawameshindwa. Zakayo hajui njia. Wale jeshi yake ambao alichagua wale wote ni wezi. Kazi yao ni nini? Juzi walisema wanaleta mbolea. Sio walisema mbolea imekuja. Mbolea au mawe. Wanakuja kuuzia wananchi mawe, anati mbolea bwana. Pumbavu sana. Si takataka hiyo. Sasa hawa watu wanaona mvua inanyesha, wanasema shule ifunguliwe, shule itafunguliwa, wanangoja mpaka dakika ya mwisho, watoto wamesafiri kwa shule, unasema hapana, shule haifunguliwi. Je, wewe ulikuwa unalala wapi? Ulikuwa unalala wapi na mama yako? Hao watu hawajui namna ya kuendesha uchumi. Sasa wakati huu hii mvua inaendelea, lakini hao watu walikuwa hawajapanga mpango. Walijua hii mvua itaendelea kunyesha, maji itakuwa mengi zaidi, mito zitajaa, lakini hakuna hatua ambayo walichukua ya kidharura. Sasa mnaambiwa kwamba mpandeni mahali ambayo iko juu, pande mlimani. Mlima iko wapi? Mlima iko wapi? Kuna yale mabwawa ukichukua kule inaitwa Seven Forks. Wanajua mapema ya kwamba maji inakuja, funguliweni madamu maji yaendelee yaingie baharini, lakini haya Zakayo hawajui haya maneno, wanalala tu mpaka maji inajaa. Hawajafanya kitu inaitwa dredging ya Nairobi Dam. Kama ingekuwa serikali ya Azimio, tungedredge Nairobi Dam. Sasa dam imejaa takataka. Kama zimejaa takataka, sasa maji inakuja yote kwa fujo, ndio unaona hii inachukua manyumba yenu yote na endelea na pande huko chini. Hata ile nyingine Nairobi River pande ile nyingine. Ni kama hayo. Hii maneno tumeshaangalia sisi na wataalamu. Tunajua suluhisho, lakini jamaa hawajui suluhisho. Kazi yao kupiga kifua tu. Hawajui suluhisho ya hii Nairobi. Kuchukua taka. Mnakuta kama hii express highway inajaa na maji. Haya yote jamaa hawajaangalia mambo ya drainage. Hawajaangalia. Kazi yao ni kupiga kifua. Hapa na pale ni kutoa onyo peke yake. Jamaa wanasumba hapa na pale, wanahangaika, hawajui waenda upande huu au upande huu. Mkono wa kushoto hajui yale makulia inafanya nini. Angalieni Machogu na Magoha, Profesa Magoha na Machogu, unaona tofauti? Ni kama usiku na mchana. Mtu anakuja anambia wewe huyu ni waziri, unaongea wewe ni waziri wa nini? Ati wewe ni waziri wa matibabu. Sijui mwingine, sijui waziri wa elimu, sijui waziri wa wafanyikazi. Unaangalia yote ni mtakataka. Ndio sababu kuna shida, manake tuko na dereva hajui steering iko wapi, hajui gear iko wapi, clutch iko wapi. Ndio sababu Kenya ina shida.
Oh my Lord. Yay. That is a Gwambo Perengenye conman mwenyewe. Anyway, I thought that was entertaining. One thing you have to give Raila Odinga, he knows how to work the crowd. He knows how to whip up emotions to get the feel of the country. So he knows that. And that's why people call him, the heartbeat of the country or whatever the case is. But I don't know. Here it is. Like I said, I swear. Mary Wilborn is saying, I swear I thought it was an old clip. Okay, so here's my thing. Before I get to my view, or I'll just offer my view anyway. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, this is what I think. I think Raila received the criticism. He listened to the people. He knows what people are saying on the internets, as George Bush would say, internets, or the criticism by the people who maybe some of his supporters who felt abandoned once he announced that he was going to AUC. And they were saying that, why is Raila quiet? All this nonsense is happening and he is the figure, the opposition figure. Why is he not speaking? Okay? Like I started and said, when he had that handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila went quiet, mom. So everything was happening. Nairobi was getting mambo ilikuwa inaharibika, corruption, nini, and he never even said anything. He even stopped talking about the baby Pendo and Msando stuff. So this time he listened to what people are saying. Once he got into this this handshake, he listened to the criticism by some portion of his supporters that were saying that, listen, things are going bad. Raila, since you mentioned that you're going to AUC, you haven't spoken anything regarding what's going on in the country. the mess that's happening that this Kenya Kwanza government is doing. You're not saying anything because they are sending you to AU. So he maybe went to Abu Dhabi. Was it Abu Dhabi? Whatever he went to. That's Dubai, whatever. And they sat down and thought, this time I'm not going to be quiet, or at least I won't give them a reason to say that once the handshake was, materialized, I can still speak up against the government. And that's what I think he's doing. It's not a matter of course, these are issues that are glaring. Hizi mambo ya flood, mambo ya ninio, mambo ya fertilizer, corruption, and all this nonsense that's going on in Nairobi. Okay? So he's speaking up, which is okay. I have no problem with that. The reason why he's speaking is what I'm kind of, why did he wait for this long? He said he waited for 1 year to wait and see things, whatever. That's why I'm saying this whole criticism by Raila criticizing the government, to me, it does not sound genuine. Why did he have to wait all this time to come out and say, especially now that they're in the middle of doing their ODM, whatever, nominations or whatever the case, grassroots recruitment, whatever the case is, trying to rejuvenate the party, okay? So to me, it's a political move. Of course, he's a politician. We know Raila Odinga. So that's my view. But there are a bunch of people who may have CS Ndungu is coming. His criticism isn't genuine. Yes, I agree with that, Mr. Ndungu. CW Ndungu is telling us Raila is just playing the pretend game. He's pretending. I tend to agree with you, Mr. Ndungu. I think, like I said, he knows that last time when he was in a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, that was his number one criticism that he took from his supporters, the ones that left him. Told him, hey, listen, once you went to a handshake, you never mentioned anything about all the electoral justice, the mambo ingine na mambo ingine. Same thing. This time, once the handshake happened, ujamaa alinyamaza. He never spoke anything until people started, Wakina Ekuru court started mentioning, hey, Baba cannot talk because he has food in his mouth, so to speak. So I tend to agree he's trying to brush off that criticism, to not be seen as somebody who is now full, he cannot speak. But different views, different let's read a bunch of tweets that are quite interesting from other influential people in Kenya, politicians and other stuff. So we shall start with Miguna. Let's read what Miguna wrote. I thought it was very funny. Then I'll go to Ekuru Court and others, okay? Can we start with Miguna? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, like the video. Don't forget, like the video. The first order of the day, please like this video. Usipite hapo bila like video. If you haven't subscribed, jamani, I don't know what to do with you. Subscribe. It's free, okay? All right. Let me show you what Miguna said. Then I will give my 2 cents on that too, because I think it was very interesting. Okay? Are you guys ready? Aya basi, wacha nionyeshe ile kitu Miguna said. Here is his page, Miguna's page. Let's go up there. He said this one. Apparently he had like a bookshop. Anyway, so here it is. I think it was so funny. Can you guys see it on the screen? I hope you can see it clearly. All right, I can see it, so we are good. Let me read it. This is what Miguna said. Conman Raila Odinga's recent outburst was caused by the amount of deposit that the UDA Kenya administration paid him in Dubai last week. He wants more. Unfortunately, he prefers to have a few innocent Luos to be sacrificed in the process. Despicable politics. On the AUC position, the conman is salivating for, let me just reread that. On the AUC position, the conman is salivating for, why does he waste time lobbying European and American diplomats with 0 votes in Addis Ababa instead of the African diplomatic corps? Or the old man knows that he has no chance? Did you hear that? I'll reread it again because, Miguna is the one who told us that Uhuru Kenyatta paid Raila Odinga how much millions for the handshake? Then Cyprian Nyakundi told us a few weeks ago that Sakaja paid Raila Odinga 200 million to talk the Azimio affiliated MCAs not to bring a motion to not recall, but what's the word? To impeach Sakaja, okay? And it seems to be the evidence. I mean, I don't have the evidence that Raila received 200 million, but going by, if you look closely, once Cyprian Nyaguti, whatever, Cyprian Nyakundi made that tweet, if you listen, Sakaja has, not Sakaja, what's his name? Sifuna has been relatively quiet. Nani, what's his name? This MCA from Nairobi, Robert Alai, hasn't been mentioning anything about Sakaja. They're not mentioning anything about Sakaja. So if you are to use if you are to say, if you are to connect the two, the information that Nyakundi is telling us that he received some tweets, WhatsApp messages from some MCAs who are Azimio affiliated, who told Nyakundi that Raila Odinga had a meeting with them and told them, hey, listen, do not impeach Sakaja, okay? Because the man has received 200 million from, Raila Odinga has received 200 million from, so you can see. Now, so this time, Raila Odinga comes out. Hi, good day, I can see you in the comment section. Karibu sana. The first order of the business is to like the video. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And again, so I agree. I kind of tend to agree with CW Dungu, who's telling us Raila is playing a pretend game. Because number one, when these things were happening, remember, I kept on telling you, when Shakahola happened, remember, that's before the meeting with Museveni and Nani and Ruto. Raila was the first one in fact, he wanted to go to this Shakahola place to kuangalia manenio. The security forces had to tell him, hey, Raila, you can't always kuingia hapa bwana. Hey, we are doing an investigation. What are you doing here? Okay? So it won't be, something, it won't be conjecture on Miguna's part. There's evidence that there's a possibility maybe this guy was paid. But here is, again, I'll read it for one more time by Miguna regarding Raila Odinga's outburst, as he call it. Conman Raila Odinga's recent outburst was caused by the amount of deposit that the UDA administration paid him in Dubai last week. He wants more. Unfortunately, he prefers to have a few innocent Luos to be sacrificed in the process. Despicable politics. On the AUC position, the conman is salivating for, why does he waste time lobbying European and American diplomats with 0 votes in Addis Ababa instead of the African diplomatic corps? Or the old man knows that he has no chance. What is the reason for this outburst? Is it true that jamaa alipewa yo pesa haijaingia kwa account ama namna gani? So he's been asking for it and haijaingia. So he's like, because remember, these people, this money cannot be haiwezi kutumwa hapa directly to Raila. If Raila was to be paid, let's just assume this is alleged, all alleged. I'm not saying that he has been paid because I don't have hard evidence, so I can't say that for sure he got paid. But if he was paid, obviously the Jubilee administration, UDA administration cannot pay Raila Odinga directly. Hawezi kutoa ati account inatoka account ya nani, account ya Ruto, alafu anatuma hiyo 200 million to account ya Raila in Nairobi Bank or whatever, Mwalimu Cooperative Bank. No, it does not work that way. This is how it works. Through a third party, maybe somebody affiliated to Ruto, some banker somewhere, kamwindi fulani, anatuma money, pesa kutoka kwa account yake 200 million or whatever the case is, inatumwa katika account ya huko ambayo iko in a bank in Dubai, okay? Pesa ikishaingia huko, Raila anaenda huko, maybe through one of his companies, ana withdraw from the new. So it cannot be traced within the country, unaelewa? Kwa sababu hiyo transaction imefanyika nje ya country. So when EACC will start doing their investigation, they cannot trace it here because wanaifanya kiujanja. So Miguna is claiming, hey, huyu jamaa kupata deposit yake haijatosha, nataka so jamaa anasema, you know what, we have to take this with a grain of salt. I can't say that it's true, but what I can say is this. If from what Cyprian Nyakundi told us, that Raila allegedly received 200 million to tell his MCAs in Nairobi to stand down when it comes to impeaching Raila. And indeed, we've seen Robert Alai has stopped talking about Sakaja. Sifuna has stopped talking about Sakaja. Remember, Sakaja was supposed to show up at the Senate to answer some question. Your story really happy. Now we are not listening to just kitu. We are not. We haven't heard anything about that Sakaja being nini or kuna mtu akona update. Huh? Somali warrior is telling you, how do you know Miguna is telling the truth? Again, that's why I'm saying. That's why I say the Somali warrior. When you heard me say, I say we can take this with a grain of salt because we don't have hard evidence. That's his view. Whether he have evidence, that's up to him. But the reason why I tend to believe some of the things that Miguna has been saying is if you look at the behavior of Raila Odinga, okay? Remember, and that's why I kind of highlighted this Nyakundi guy, Mr. Somali warrior. Listen to me carefully. I want to Ninio on Cyprian Nyakundi, okay? I get to Miguna. I'll get to Miguna. Oh, let me just start with Miguna. When Uhuru Kenyatta, forcefully exiled Miguna, okay? It didn't take Miguna a long time to figure out that Raila was working together with Uhuru Kenyatta, okay, to get Miguna out. All right? So Miguna akafanya utafiti wake just like he did his utafiti during when he had the real numbers of who won in the 2017 elections, when they accessed the server, okay, and presented the new and challenged the government, the then government, the IBC, to produce a different results from what Miguna was having. That's number one. Number two, we saw that after Miguna say that Raila and Uhuru were working together, and that Raila was paid. Look at the action by action by Raila Odinga. What was he doing? How was he behaving? Did he ever say anything against Uhuru Kenyatta? Okay? So now I'm bringing you to Nyakundi. I'm not saying I believe everything that Miguna says, but I'm saying most of the things that he says makes sense if you connect the dots. That's why I also mentioned Cyprian Nyakundi, when he said Raila was paid 200 million by Sakaja to tell the MCAs not to impeach Sakaja, okay? And if you remember, before he even made those tweets on Twitter, everyone was asking, why is it that the MCAs in Nairobi, who majority happen to be Azimio, Sakaja is Kenya Kwanza, why can they bring in a motion to impeach Sakaja, given the gross misconduct this man has been doing in Nairobi County, the money being Yani Jama is incompetent. Not only that, he's stealing money left, right, and center. Nothing is working in Nairobi. And everyone was asking, why is it they're not impeaching him? And Sifuna is a great example. Sifuna was one of the most vocal senators, okay, who was saying Sakaja akuje ajibu maswali hapa ninio. But since Nyakundi made those tweets about 200 million, Sifuna hasn't mentioned Sakaja anymore. Jamaa amenyamaza. In fact, ile story ya kwenda sijui summoning Sakaja to go to Senate ajibu maswali imeisha hivyo. That's why I'm saying, if you are to connect the dots, Somalia warrior, I'm not saying that I have hard evidence. That's why I use the word allegedly. And I'm also telling you the same thing. Everything that Miguna or Cyprian Nyakundi says, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. But I'm saying you can connect the dots and kind of see there's some level of truth in what they're saying, even though I don't have the hard evidence. It's circumstantial evidence at this point. Let's read Mary Wilbon's, then we'll go to Goodyear. Goodyear's tweets here. Her 2 cents. Mary Wilbon says, my 2 cents. Ruto's Western masters have noticed the drastic plunge in support of their puppet from Kikuyu's Luya. Even his very own Kalenjin tribesmen, they have switched gears, whispering 2027 war. Is it war? I can't do the last one, okay? Thank you, Nani. You've seen my point. All right. Then Gudia is telling us. So according to Mary Wilborn is telling us basically the Western puppets that actually are controlling Ruto, which he is a Western puppet, wanaona ujamaa is messing up, okay? So they are looking at it like, hey, unajua nini? We might remove you. You're not very popular, so we might bring another person. That's a possibility. That's a good point. Gudia is telling us, Raila is smart than most of us put together. Joho following in Raila's footsteps, and remember when he came back from Dubai, he started calling Ruto Zakayo after being endorsed by the guy. The guy is a weasel. Okay, so basically Nani anasema ati Raila is smart and Nani anamfuata Purple Haze na kuona hapo hivyo. Yeah, so he's saying, you know, Joho is basically being Raila's protege or progeny, is learning from his master, and Raila is a weasel. He's nimjanja, he's a conman. I agree with you. I don't know what's happening. There's something happened in Dubai. I don't know what's happening in Dubai. Ni kama Raila alienda kakula pilipili huko Dubai akarudi and he's all rara. You know, he's ready for action, okay? Purple Haze anatuambia nini? The Western world wants to influence Africa to destabilize it. Absolutely. That's their game plan. That's why they're not moving away from Ninio. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe. We'll see West time. Goody is telling me the 200 million is true. Look for the video. It's there. Video, whose video? Like, who made the video of the 200 million? I read it from Nyakudi's tweet. I read it from Nyakudi's tweet. I don't know if there's a video that was actually been made about that, if Nyakudi actually made the video. But one thing I can say for sure, like I was telling my friend Somalia Warrior, after that 200 million, remember, I don't know if you guys, how close you guys follow Nani, who professor wa kutoka New York anaitwa nani? Makao Mutua. He had an exchange earlier this week or the week before with Robert Alai. Remember, Robert Alai is one of the MCAs in Nairobi who should be working on removing Sakaja. But anyway, Makao Mutua challenged Robert Alai by telling him, hey, wacha kupiga makelele hapa kwa Twitter, unasema Nairobi imeharibika. You should be working on impeaching Sakaja. Then Robert Alai's response was, which was kind of deflecting. He was like, Robert, Yuwewe Makao, you are one of those people who are advising Baba, and look, Baba lost, so you have no credibility. Then Robert Alai went ahead and blocked Makao Mutua. So you can see this. You see that these MCAs are no longer, they are not, unaona na complain, but no one is talking about impeaching Sakaja. Sakaja should be impeached. Sakaja should have been impeached yesterday. Okay? But they're not talking about Sifuna, who was he kind of stressed this out because I was following Sifuna very closely. Sifuna is not mentioning Sakaja anymore. Amenyamaza, kimya. Sijui hiyo 200 million pia lipewa. All right. Mary Wilborn anatuambia guaranteed presidency for Raila if he shelves the unattainable AU chair bid. Pink nose vampires noticed Ruto's speeches were only aggravating Kenyans, showing down a complete turnover of Kenya's sovereignty. Okay, so wazungu wameona Ruto is messing up, so they're like, you know what, we might switch over to Raila. Maybe that's a possibility. To me, I would just say that, to me, as to the way I see it, I just see it as Raila is basically trying to show himself as sijalipwa, I can still talk. Nikama, like I said, he probably doesn't watch Twitter, look at Twitter a lot. He has somebody running his Twitter page, but wakina Joho, obviously. Joho, you know, Joho likes showing off on Twitter. And Ujamaa Suna, I forget, Jeanette, you know, these are younger folks. They're younger than him. I mean, they're younger than Raila. They might be in Twitter sphere and they hear what people are saying, and they probably sat down with Raila and told him, hey, listen, the number one complaint is that wewe since umepromesiwa hiyo kiti ya AU, you haven't been speaking up against what's happening in Kenya. And so it will be prudent of you to go out there and actually start criticizing this government, regardless of whether they are campaigning for you for the AU seat. You have to speak up. So that's probably what they are told Raila Odinga. Again, there's an angle of Miguna's angle where he's saying, you know, your mshahara haikufika, your deposit haikufika. So Raila is like, nah. Oh, you want to play this game? I'm coming back and nitaanza ile mashinani zangu until your pesa ikuje, alafu maybe I'll listen to you. So you can look at it differently. So everybody's point here is valid. No one is right better than other. You know, I kind of agree. There's so many possibilities, just like Mary Wilbon says. Maybe I'm a Western wameangalia hivyo wameona Ruto is he's kind of messing up, you know, and Ibasama is kind of out of, you know, so wanataka kumreplace na Raila. That could be a possibility. Absolutely, that can be a possibility. Aya, Gudi anatuambia, it was a conference where Sakaja said himself that he gave Raila the money. What? There's a video of it? Iko YouTube. I'm going to hey mpaka niangalie hiyo. Gudi ananiambia there's a video of that. Conference Sakaja amesema ati amepatia Raila 200 million. Mi sijui mi nitahapa niende Antarctica. If there's a video of that, mi nawaambia leo na I don't know what to do with my life. Okay. CW Ndugu anasema I can't stand Junet and Joho, honestly. Those guys are thugs. Yes, if you look deep, there's a guy, Anaitonani, I forgot his name. I'm following him on YouTube. He's a human rights activist, alikimbia from Mombasa. He's like exposing Joho. Yani specifically he talks about the Kenyan politics, especially specifically the coastal province, siasa ya Mombasa coast, okay? And this guy really exposed Joho, hiyo kesi ya madawa, and how, you know, how far it went. This guy breaks it down. You can go to his YouTube channel. I forgot his name. I follow him on YouTube. He's based in London somewhere, I think, England somewhere. But yeah, Joho is involved in some stuff, okay? And Junet too. Junet pia sisemi ati anauza unga but he's a dirty politician. So I agree with you. Kenya kukuwa mwanasiasa, half of these politicians are thugs. Hawa ni magangster. Hawa majamani machori, as they say. Gudi is saying, the triplets, Raila, Uhuru, and Ruto, are selling what is left of Kenya to their masters for their own gain. Absolutely. Kenya is on sale. Unaona hizi parastatals, unaambiwa ati parastatals are not functioning, so we need to privatize it. Privatize it to who? Who are you letting them to privatize to who? These private companies happen to be, most of them, owned by foreign governments, foreign corporations, not foreign governments, but foreign corporations. Ndio maana unasikia siku hizi there's a term called corporatocracy, okay? The corporate world is basically usurping sovereign power of individual nations, okay? So unapata a corporation is more powerful than a nation. And it's especially in Africa, okay? Utapata, let's say, Shell or BP, okay? BP, British Petroleum, whatever. Unaweza pata, wanaweza kuanza ku drill oil somewhere in Turkana, okay? But this guy they have so much billions that they can buy the politicians and basically write the policies of the country, because they can organize for a coup d'etat. If Ruto is not playing by the rules, they can organize for a coup d'etat, and they can, you know, they can fund youth to tour you. So corporations are very powerful entities. It's not only in Africa alone, but also even in America. You know, the number one thing, and your average American will tell you, is like, hey, these corporations are taking over. Like, basically, look at who's financing their political candidates. Corporations are number one, okay? It used to be like corporation could not give money to individual politicians, but now they passed a law that they can. So the corporate power is real. And these are transnational, global conglomerates. You know, whether it's Amazon, whether it's whatever the case, especially these, the ones that deal with natural resources, okay? Like the BPs, the Shell, the Amoco, whatever they call it, you want to call it. These guys are out there really running countries, basically. So yeah, I agree with you. This wakina Uhuru Kenyatta, they just, they take the bribes. Wanapewa ndio maana unaona wakipewa hizi 16 trillion for development. They never reach the people. They only they go to the individual. Even the wanahonga hawa puppets. That's why you see wakina Sudi, within a year they are multi-billionaires. It's in the book. It's in the book. I'm sorry. I'll send it to somebody. Maybe one day I'll offer this book. It's in this book. That's how they explain how CIA bribes the economic these puppets like Ruto. Ndio maana unaona hawa watu wanaingia they come to government and they make billions within 1 month wakina Linturi, because they give them. Ndio maana unacheki, they keep on taking these loans. If I'm a lender, before I go back to Raila Odinga, I'm just digressing kidogo. If I'm a lender, if I'm a bank and I'm giving you money, would it make sense if I'm looking at Kenya, the way they're misusing their taxpayers' money? Would you think is it prudent? Would it be prudent for me to offer them loans, given their history, how they're mismanaging their money? No, it won't. So why do you think World Bank keeps on giving them money? It is bribe. Sisi tunafikiri ni ati wanatupatia pesa ya development. No, it's not for development. This money is for Ruto and his minions, Raila, Uhuru, and all their minions, in order to maintain the status quo. The exchange is these guys will take over your resources and control everything. Let's look at the reactions by Kimani Ichung'wah and some others who are talking about this, who are not very happy about this. But before that, let's read Gudia what he's telling her here. Gudia is telling us, Raila is going nowhere. There is something big which has been created for him. When things have simmered down, he's camouflaging the public. It's like a game of deal or no deal. Nadco. Story of Nadco, by the way. What happened to Nadco? Can somebody tell me what happened to Nadco? Can somebody tell me? Nadco story yake iliendaje? Wakina Kalonzo walikuwa nalipwa millions per day to create that Nadco stuff. And right now we can't see anything about Nadco. Tusikie Kimani Ichung'wah anasema, anatuambia nini? Haya. Kimani Ichung'wah ndio huyo.
Tumuombe baba. Sababu sio mapenzi yake. Najua alitoka safari.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my Sorry guys, I'm stuck a little bit. Frozen. Sorry guys, the video Kimani Ichung'wah sijui amefanya nini na hiyo.
Alikuwa huko Dubai.
Okay, hold on.
Na alikutana na watu wengine huko Dubai. Na wale alikutana nao Dubai ndio wanampoteza Raila Odinga. Walimdanganya watamfanya rais. Hawakumfanya rais. Sasa wameenda wakakutana naye Dubai. Wakamwambia hii kazi ambayo unatafutiwa na William Ruto na ambayo Wakenya wote wanakuombea upate. Ati hiyo kazi ili yapate lazima aje atoe maneno machafu kwa Rais William Ruto. Nataka nimshauri mzee Raila Odinga. Maneno machafu hayasaidii. Sasa nimesikia mzee Raila jana. Na mimi nasema tumuombe baba. Sababu sio mapenzi yake. Najua alitoka safari, alikuwa huko Dubai na alikutana na watu wengine huko Dubai. Na wale alikutana nao Dubai ndio wanampoteza Raila Odinga. Walimdanganya watamfanya rais. Hawakumfanya rais. Sasa wameenda wakakutana naye Dubai. Wakamwambia hii kazi ambayo unatafutiwa na William Ruto na ambayo Wakenya wote wanakuombea upate. Ati hiyo kazi ili yapate lazima aje atoe maneno machafu kwa Rais William Ruto. Nataka nimshauri mzee Raila Odinga. Maneno machafu hayasaidii. Sasa nimesikia mzee Raila jana.
All right. So Ichung'wah Ichungwa ndio huyo ametuambia mambo, you know, of course, what do you expect from Ichungwa? Hi, Jaja Sauce. Good yet, inasema sorry, all these conmen will even make our computers freeze. Sawa Jaja Sauce, nakuona hapo. Nice seeing you. Usisahau kulike na kama uja subscribe, hebu subscribe hapo Jaja Sauce ama ni aje. Like the video, guys. Don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe so you and put your notification on, so when I come on every day you can always see me here and you can pop in na tunaweza kuongea siasa ama namna gani. I'm giving out a book. Goody ndio huyo, sijui Goody atatumia address yake lini nimtumie kitabu. Amesha ngoja hiyo kitabu, mimi nangoja address yake, sijui Goody I saw news sasa. Lakini umenichekesha na hiyo comment that sorry all this comment will make our computers freeze. Anyway, so that was Ichungwa. Ichungwa, of course, Ichungwa is from UDA. What do you expect him to say? Sijui Raila nini. Ichungwa has been selling this country. Ichungwa. Hey. Ichungwa is one of those people who, alafu anyway. Nisianze mambo ya Ichungwa hapa. Nitashikwa na blood pressure. But yeah, basically you see how people are reacting to this and how people are not kind of surprised, are taken aback with Raila's pronouncements. As I said, this, and I kind of agree with CW Ndungu, who said, this is a pretend game. He just wants to show his loyalty. Because remember, in fact, here's the thing. Now I'm getting it. Here's the thing. As nimebaki na dakika chache hivi. But this is what I see. I think Raila Odinga, when he traveled the ground, aliona kwamba the ground is shifting. People were, Azimio was fragmenting. Remember, Kalonzo alianza mambo yake, Kalonzo started, if you think about it now, Kalonzo started charting his own future outside of Azimio. There was this tussle between Hassan Joho and Ombetsa Oparanya. Okay. Martha Karua was nowhere to be seen in any kind of meeting. So the perception, even within the Azimio coalition, was that Azimio is breaking down. Azimio inaisha, imekwisha, inavunjika. So when they started this grassroots ODM, whatever, the number one complaint, even if you go to these platforms that are pro-Azimio, their number one complaint, there's a good faction of the Azimio folks, supporters, who feel like Baba aliwawacha kwa mataa. This guy aliambiwa amepewa hiyo AUC and he just left. He's no longer speaking against the government. Things and vitu zinaharibika. Of course, the staunch supporters of Raila Odinga will be like, sidiwe pia usimame kwani lazima ungoje baba. You know, that's how they flip it. Kwani lazima ungoje baba, sidiwe pia usimame uende ukapiganie ninio. That's how there was an infighting between the staunch supporters of Raila. So there's those who felt like Raila just amewacha kwa mataa tena. You know, he's going to AUC. He no longer cares about the politics. Ruto anafanya mambo yake. Nobody is saying anything, okay? And there's those who are going to die with Raila. They're like, you know what? Baba aende. Baba sacrificed so much. Amefanya mambo mingi. Wacha aende. Unaona? So when these ODM folks started this grassroots nomination or whatever the case is, you know, they realized that people are not very enthusiastic about this ODM stuff. Because they feel like, why should we be participating in this thing while Baba is going to AUC anyway? He's going to leave politics. They won't be here. Kalonzo will be gone. Kioni ndio is not a heavyweight. Martha is probably gone. Unaona? So they felt like, they need Raila Odinga to come reassure them that they're still strong. So their move was, walienda wakakaa chini and they thought, this is how we are going to kind of re-energize this party. Raila to come back and angurume tena the way he was. That's why Mary Wilborn was telling me, I thought that was an old clip. Because Raila kind of, brought the old Raila back, kind of trying to nguruma, speaking boldly against the government. to kind of re-energize his support base, so that his support base can look at it and they say, yes, Raila bado kuna sisi, okay? He's speaking against the government, he's speaking about what's going on wrong, he's very being, anasimama na sisi. So that's how I look at it. So that's a strategy for this between Raila and Joho and whatever, to come back and, talk, they have to create this shift, between Ruto and Raila. He has to maintain that opposition part, because Raila was, by him being quiet, he was leaving a vacuum for others to come take and be the face of the opposition. So he's coming back by Kunguruma speaking boldly against Ruto to reassert himself as the face of the opposition in Kenyan politics. That's what Raila is doing. But I don't think it's genuine, like my friend Ndungu said in the comment section. This is not genuine. This is just a matter of him trying to show that he is still the opposition. He's opposing Ruto, but in real sense, huyu jamaa alishanuliwa kitambo. Now, somebody asked me a question. Let me show. Somali Warrior asked, do you think Raila will get that seat? I don't think so. Because like I've maintained, Raila hana degree. Let's just face it. Ukiona your degree, let me know. I don't think he's going to get it, but this is Africa. Watu wanafanya abracadabra. You can be anything you want, okay? But honestly, I don't think he will get that seat. I think there are people who are more qualified than him. But you never know. It's Africa. Again, I say this is Africa. You never know. That's why maybe it makes sense why he's rubbing shoulders with the EU ambassador, Meg Whitman, and all these Western ambassadors, because they want to conjure up some plan of becoming the AU person, okay? So Goody is saying, even though Kalonzo is a slow pace, he is the only one who knows how to spell the little truth he knows, but he needs to come out of the backyard. Otherwise, he comes across as a tribalist. Fair point. Raila is not going anywhere, people. Watch this. I know we had a bet with Goody about this. I said, to me, by all indications, I don't think Raila is. If you, again, that's why I maintain, if Raila was to be, the only way Raila is going to become the AUC chairperson or whatever the case is, if the AU people who are looking at the credentials wafanya abracadabra. Because by all indications, this man has no degree, which is fine. That's not my problem. But if you look at the people who is going against, there's a lady from Somalia, I forgot her name, and there's also a person from Djibouti, who has a PhD. And again, I read to you, Djibouti has a little history with Kenya when it comes to these positions. They always kind of, give us a run for our money. Jaja Sos anatuambia, I prefer Raila to stay. Yeah. To me, whether he goes or stays, I don't know. It doesn't make really a difference to me. I think if he stays, it makes politics more interesting because, Raila alone is a content. He gives us content. Raila should start a YouTube channel. Right? Raila is a content by himself. He can go out there and say something outlandish and, it will make news. So, yeah. When he goes, to me, I feel like Raila should be getting out of the political arena. If it was up to me, I would rather see him go out of the political arena. Amefanya mambo yake, tafadhali wachia wengine waingie waendelee mambo yao. Unaona? Because I think, his time is done. He's 80 years old, for crying out loud. Retire, boss. Retire. Budia says, Kenrebe, what happened to Luo's degrees? The learned. Yeah, but I don't know about Raila's specifically. I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. I think checking the government is healthy. Yes, but Yes, I agree with you, Jaja Sos, that checking the government is healthy. But you know who's supposed to be checking the government? MPs and senators, the legislative body. It's not only Raila Odinga, as the opposition. These guys ideally should be checking the presidency, the administration, But Kenya, we have our ass backwards. Tunangoja Raila aseme kitu. Raila asiposema kitu, mbona aseme kitu? If he says something, or Raila is it's a mess. That's why I'm saying, in my opinion, but this is just opinion. It's not a matter of Jajajos. This is not a matter of right or wrong. You can see things differently. Doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean I'm right. Ni maoni tu, ama namna gani. Yes, Raila staying can be a good thing. It still highlights what's wrong with Kenya. Good. To me, I see it as him leaving can actually give space to young, more radical people who cannot be, are unhinged, fearless, are not shy to tell Ruto, hey, ni hivi ama ni vile, 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 vile. You understand? It gives space to some other people to come take over, okay? And when I say other people, and I'm not talking about Junet or Hassan Joho, I do not see them as people who, I know some people talk about Babu Owino. Like I say, I personally like Babu Owino, but again, he has so much baggage. Hakuna mambo yake. Sifuna will be ideal, but Sifuna is so heavily dependent on ODM. I doubt he can stand by himself. He's so dependent on them. Because, ODM, especially in Nairobi, if you know the history, and Raila gave that history when he started, doing his homework, him and Fred Gumo in 1992, Luos and the lawyers created this political voting bloc in Nairobi. So Sifuna has to stay loyal to that, loyal to that base, that Nairobi, Luo axis, okay? He cannot leave ODM because, where is he going to go? Kenya Kwanza? I doubt it. So that's why I'm saying, even though he's outspoken and he's saying the right things, doing the right things, he has to be a man of himself. Mina Mona, he's not somebody who he fears facing the people, as far as if he was to stand alone and say, you know what, this is how I see things, this is how I see things. Because if you belong to ODM, Azimio, or Kenya Kwanza, I don't think you have the solutions. You're actually part of the problem. Any member of parliament, any politician, any MCA, any government, any governor who is part of these two major political coalitions, be it Azimio or Kenya Kwanza, you are part of the problem. That's how I see it. So as long as you're affiliated with those parties, you're not going to offer any meaningful solutions, because you have to take your orders from Baba on the one side and Ruto from the other side. So, and those two are actually the main problem in Kenya. So that's how I see it. Anyway, Jajaso says, I support Baba, but me too, I'm not keen on Joho. Yeah, Joho is, I wonder how you feel about Ombetsa. Oparanya kuna dem bana, wacheni kumsumbua. I don't think he cares about politics anymore. Joho would be a good, Joho, yeah. Like I say, Joho has, kuna hiyo mambo yake ya kuuza mambo yake. Hiyo inasemekana nauza madawa ya kulevya. I don't think that will take him, because, when you run for president, that's when people start really scrutinizing, looking at your background. Who are you? How did you make your money? How did you become a billionaire? Nairobi, ukiangalia Mombasa also, Joho was, alikuwa naiba pesa huko inasemekana. So I agree with you, Jaja Sos, that Joho might not be Joho no. Even though he's, to the public, as far as being a celebrity, he's the most popular, watu nampenda, whatever the case, he says the good words, but no. Goody is saying, people relying on Raila is a bit 20 steps backward. Kenyans need to move on. They need someone young who is not a pushover from outside noise. Yes. Age, I'm not so, I don't care if it's young, old, or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Okiya Mtata, if Okiya Mtata was, angekuwa na zile kierere ya Babu Owino, it could have been a perfect ninio. Yeah, that is Oparanya. What is about Oparanya? That is Oparanya fourth wife. Wait, nasikia joto sasa. It's been 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends. I'm having so much fun. Ebu nifanyini favor moja. Like the video. Tafadhali, kama uja subscribe. Subscribe. What? Hey, ya, mnangoja nini? Yeah? Subscribe. Tell your uncle about this channel. Miwe kangapo hivyo ninyo. I have to go. It's 1 hour. I have to go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I had fun, everyone. Jaja Sauce, Mary Wilborn, Gudia, Ndungu, Somali Warrior. I don't know. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. All of you guys who have participated in this wonderful talk. Who else did I miss? I don't want to miss anyone. Mosquito Bite. I like that name. Mosquito Bite. Don't miss next time. Ay. Watu kuja na majina jamani. But I like that. Mosquito Bite. Like the video, share, subscribe. Kama uja subscribe, tafadhali. Subscribe and weka notification yako. So if you have your phone, if I'm coming live, unasikia ping, ndio naingia and you get into the chat, unaweza kuingia. I have the link in here. Ukitaka kuingia uonyeshe sura yako, sawa. If you don't want to, sawa. Pia unaweza kuongea kwa comment section and I highlight your comments. Tuongea siasa. Ama ni aje? Okay guys, like, share, subscribe, comment and all that good stuff. I have to go. Thank you so much for this session and I will see you guys probably, if not tomorrow, Monday, if not Monday, Tuesday. I'll always try, but I'll try Monday. Tomorrow probably not, but you never know. Ndio maana nawaambia subscribe ndio nikikuja unapata notification and you can just dandia. Ama ni aje? All right, let me read one last video that I'm listening. Please like the video. Thank you very much. As Nania nawaambia, good year. Okay guys, thank you so much. I have to go. Nashukuru sana from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys next time. Peace and blessings. See you later, good year. Peace.